Hi everybody, welcome back. Today is April 5th, 2018, and I'm the Crypto Mom. Today I want to talk about market temperature. Market temperature, just kind of taking Bitcoin and market temperature. I like to do these funny little things in Photoshop sometimes. The market is moving down and a little bit sideways if we're lucky, but more down, kind of a shallow red. Pink. We're a little pink today. Anyway, Tron is up today, and most other projects are slightly down. About the time I took this today, the market cap is sitting around 254 billion, with a trading volume around 13 billion. It looks like Bitcoin dominance is about 45%. What I can say is that, these are very different times than the market, that I've seen back in December, January, where it was really high. And then I saw, these kind of levels back before November, So these days aren't too exciting, not full of news. But as I promised, I'd bring you some updates for every day. Godshilla, in my Godshilla section today, I was reading in the news that Ripple is donating money to charity. Donating to charity is a great thing. It's a taxable write-off. It's a wonderful thing. And there was some talk about them paying to be on exchanges. I've heard that this is not an unheard of thing, that sometimes, that exchanges do charge pretty hefty fees to be listed. I can't imagine how much Binance charges, being, the large exchange that they are. But Ripple was going to pay for play, essentially. But, that's not really unusual in this space. Bitcoin can't get past 7,500 and kind of stay there. They are talking about a bull trap. What is a bull trap? Like when the market seems to be going up and then you kind of, you're trapped because you put money in and it starts to go down again, I personally am proceeding very carefully. I don't have, money to just kind of throw around. I have 3 young children, so I can't be as risky as I'd like to be, but the bull trap is a little bit scary. So, all I can say is to proceed with caution. Google bans mining extensions. My husband and I at one point were mining on the cloud, and there's services that do cloud mining, and then there's miners with extensions using Google, the Google platform for things. I'm not sure what that's about, but it's more kind of discussion about the mining and ASIC miners and different types of mining that you can do. But I thought it was interesting that mining was back in the news. My husband sent me an article about the Monero difficulty coming down a little bit because of some changes that they made. Again, Tron is way up today. At one point I woke up around 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it was something like 25% up. For those of you who have held Tron for a long time, congrats. I've held in and out of Tron. Tron went down to something like 2.5 cents, and then is back up at some point. I'm somewhere around 4 cents right now, so that's already almost a double gain. BitConnect guys back. The BitConnect guys, Craig Grant, Trayvon James, I think, I like Superman. He's funny, he kind of teases, and Doug Polk has done a teasing show about BitConnect. These guys are just kind of shillers, hustlers, not good guys. BitConnect was a lending platform that was shut down. Not really a lending platform like ETHLend, but more like a pyramid scheme. There was also a John Oliver, I think, talked about it in his skit too. That was pretty funny. But the BitConnect guys are back. Craig Grant talking about POWH3D. It's some type of ERC token, ERC20 token. ERC20 tokens are built on the Ethereum platform. I'm with the majority of people that says, these guys are no good. Stay away from anything that is connected to these BitConnect, previous BitConnect guys. Rub-a-dub-dub, here comes the FUD. I was listening and doing some research about Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox was the big exchange that had a big hack a few years back, and a lot of people lost a lot of money, because like right now, for example, Binance is the big exchange, but at the time, Mt. Gox was a very big exchange, and the trustee is dumping more money to recover money from people who lost money, recover money for people who lost money. good on them for trying to recover, funds, but that can, cause some, more Bitcoin to go into the market, which makes the, price go down per coin because of the availability. But, I just thought that was interesting too. Cryptocurrency hedge funds closing. I read an article, hedge fund managers, it's like this hot and sexy thing, like Bernie Madoff and, stock market, trading hedge funds and, that have had a lot of scandal involved in them. And then cryptocurrency hedge funds, I read something like 9 of those hedge funds opened their doors and are now closing them. I think the regulation and these things happening are good, with everywhere, hedge funds, cryptocurrency in general, because, it's going to weed out, bad people. It's going to weed out bad actors, bad, people trying to cheat other people of their money. So I thought that was a good a bit of news that was interesting, that cryptocurrency hedge funds are closing. Why is Verge being so weird? Verge is the privacy coin that had a huge spike, and then weird YouTube video, as I mentioned, about one of the developers buying an island. Is it a good time to get into Verge? I would say not, because of all the hype surrounding Verge right now. But, that's definitely up to you. It's just, the more things are talked about, you want to find projects and coins that are kind of sleeping giants or, down in, value, not jump into the FOMO or fear of missing out, like we were talking about. Because when you buy on the high, sure, you could sell higher, but more than likely, like they say, what goes up must come down. And then for my last segment, new kid on the blockchain, I thought I would talk about the Telegram ICO, because everybody seems to be talking about the Telegram ICO, and I thought I'd give you guys my thoughts on Telegram. Telegram, what is it? It's an encrypted messaging service. It's kind of like Facebook's WhatsApp and China's WeChat. It's some type of messenger application for smartphones. They've raised over $850 million. Now they're raising another $850 million. They're very, very popular in Eastern Europe, the Ukraine, and Russia. Their tokens are called grams, and their blockchain platform is called TON, T-O-N. Pavel and Nikolai Durov are the founders. And I've seen or heard these guys are pretty steady guys. There's a high adoption rate because of how many users and subscribers they already have. The downside to Telegram, every rose has its thorn, every project has a downside, right? It seems like nobody understands why they need this much money for their ICO. But then you think about it and you think, well, why not? Why not have, over $1 billion, Doesn't everybody want over $1 billion? I just kind of laugh, because I think, wow, what are they doing with the money? It's a little bit, suspicious. I mean, it's just so much more than even those regular other ICOs we thought were ridiculous are raising. They don't have any direct experience in cryptocurrency. I'm not saying that they need direct cryptocurrency experience, but these guys raising the ICO, the Durovs, They don't know much about the space. They're very innovative, because they are the producers of Telegram. But as far as innovation with cryptocurrency, I'm not so sure. Also, something that, we engineers talk a lot about when we're developing software is we talk about governance. Governance is rules, IT rules matching with business rules, kind of helping, government governance, like, rules and regulations, rules that you adhere to when you're writing the code, or, when you're designing a system. And, this ICO seems to be a little bit all over the place. So, that is a downside, because, you have people who are not familiar with the cryptocurrency space, and you seem to have a lack of regulation, government, and or governing principles, and you have a lot of money being raised. Could it be a good project? Sure, I'm sure it could be, but would you be wary? Yes. Again, it's very hard to get into ICOs in the U.S. If I had the chance, would I get into this ICO? I don't know. Maybe at a very limited level. Because what happens is, all the hype, and then, the price rises and it drops. I'd probably, get in and get out, if it were me. if I got into it at all. But again, it's one of those things that you have to do your own research. I'm here to kind of bring you news and information, but you have to do your own research, and this is never, ever, ever financial advice. I'm just one mom talking about cryptocurrency. So do your own research. I appreciate you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.